The Suretouch mortar does not contain much sand and is 7 times more resistant than regular sand mortar. Your mortar is ready to be injected if you feel a small skin form on the surface, a bit like a sausage skin. Don't wait, since waiting may cause more cracks than normal. The time depends on several factors: exposure to the sun, the time of the year, the temperature, and the wind. To finish the Suretouch mortar joints, you will need a hard wooden dowel with a diameter of 1/4 inch larger than the width of the mortar joint. We suggest you use wooden dowels rather than a joint trowel. For the Oxford brick having a joint of 3/8 inch, use a dowel with a diameter of 1/2 inch. For Durham stone and classic brick having a joint of 1/2 inch, use a dowel with a diameter of 3/4 inch. For the Morency stone having a joint of 3/4 inch, use a dowel with a diameter of 1 inch. A wooden dowel will compress the mortar in the grooves, providing a granular finish, as in the case of sand mortar. You will also need a cat's tongue trowel for the ends of the joint around an opening, a whitewash brush to clean at the end, a drill and mixing drill bit, a mortar trowel. To finish the joints, start where you injected, working in the same direction. Compress the mortar with the dowel slightly inclined so that the excess will fall to the ground without hitting anything on its way. Always try to finish in a dead end, taking care to lift your dowel. Start in an inside corner of a wall and never the opposite. Around an opening, compress the joints at the end with a cat's tongue trowel to make a flat joint. This will ensure better caulking joints for finishing. Go over everywhere first time to compress the mortar well and make the joints smaller. Go over the joints a second time to finish them, namely, to ensure a nice, uniform finish and correct intersections. If you injected the mortar incorrectly during the finishing of the joints, you will have voids around the stones, mortar will be missing in intersections, and you will probably have many more cracks than normal. Let it dry for a minimum of 1 hour, and then carefully brush it all with a whitewash brush, which will remove any surplus and dust. That's it. Never let your brush get dirty, since that will get dirt on your units. The weepers, which are positioned at the base of the wall between the first stones and the starter strip, must not be dirtied with mortar when you finish the joints. They will be spaced at 24 inches center to center and serve to evacuate water or condensation to the outside while preventing insects from penetrating. The weepers are very important to ensure the effectiveness of the Suretouch system and should not be neglected. Since a clay brick rarely respects a precise dimension, you will sometimes have some joints that are tighter, others that are wider, and at other times normal joints, namely 3/8 of an inch. A 1/2 inch dowel will do the job. The clay is very permeable to water, so take care not to get dirt on it and expect the joints to dry faster to concrete stones or bricks. In order to make sure the Suretouch system stays intact and solid for several years, it requires joints that are 1 1/4 inch deep by 3/8 to 3/4 inch, depending on the stone or brick chosen. We do not recommend recessed joints since this will weaken the joints. For this reason, we recommend round joints, a combination of a flat joint and a recessed joint. The natural look matches the texture of the stone or the brick. Due to the injection method of the Suretouch mortar, brushing is the only cleaning you will do. Do not forget to respect the drying time before brushing. If unfortunately you do get dirt on a unit, clean it with a mixture of vinegar and water. Use 1 part of the vinegar for 4 parts of water. Spray the spot Brush vigorously and rinse lightly with water. The faster you clean it, the better the result will be. If you wait too long, the only way to clean it will be by sandblasting. Mortar residues will adhere to the brush. To clean it, brush it over a broken stone.